Hi, my name is Newell Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do another update on our urban worm bag and see how it's going. It's been about 10 days since my last update, and let's take a look and see how it's doing. It probably will need more food by this point, and maybe even some new bedding. I'm not sure yet. They've been working on this material pretty quick. Now, before we go to it though, I do want to ask again for everybody if you can please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. That really helps me a lot. Now let's go to the bin and take a look and see how things are going. So let's scroll down here. All right, here we go. Just fold this back. I could tell everything is really sunk down a lot. I don't think we could see these seams here. Now, there's a few fruit flies up here, or flies of some sort, but not many. Material's about the right texture as far as moisture content. Maybe a little bit dry over here, but it's not bad. I haven't added any moisture really to it other than when I first put things in, but then again, a lot of the food I'm adding is fruit matter that tends to have a lot of moisture to it anyhow. I'm not seeing as many worms clustered as I have in the past, but they might have spread out and they might be trying to eat some of this bedding material. Let's just dig down here a little bit and see what we can find. I wouldn't normally suggest digging into your bed like this every time you go into it. Normally I would kind of add to like one area and see how it's doing. I mean, it's really starting to show a lot of material like this that's really broken down really well. It's about the right consistency. There's a whole bunch of worms through here as well in this material, but it's really starting to break down well. Let's just see if we can dig one of these sides up a little bit here. So as you can see, I mean, like there's some more cardboard over here, so I probably don't need to add any paper, but this stuff is really starting to break down. I mean, there's only a few banana peels left in here, which I think I added the last time, just to kind of add some more food. Just kind of dig over here a little bit. There's still not a whole grouping of worms like I normally find in here, but the food's more spread out, I think, too. So there are some worms in here, but it's not quite how it was in the past. So I think we're definitely at that point where we need to add food. I'm just going to keep digging in here. As you can tell, there's more dried out cardboard on the sides here. That's what I added up front, and now I'm not surprised it hasn't gained any moisture. The bin is kind of drying out a little bit, but overall the material looks really good. I mean, it is starting to break down. We're getting pockets of worms like this where maybe it is starting to dry out a little bit too much for them. So maybe I will add some moisture this time. I think I have some water down here somewhere. But what we're going to do right now is I'm going to add a whole lot of food here. I mean, their food's pretty much gone, and that's the important part, is how much food can they consume in here. So let's dig this out a little bit. I'm going to dig out the center a little bit. There's more worms actually in the center here. Actually, there's quite a few in the center. So I'm wondering if maybe there's some stuff that's kind of seeping into this from the food that I had before, and they're kind of retreating to the center here. Now, I have a huge thing of food that I'm going to add that's frozen still, but it's primarily watermelon and some different fruits, and I think some coffee grounds in there too. So let me just hold on here. Let me just get this little baby worm off me. There we go. So, open this thing up. As you can see, it's all still frozen in here, but I throw in my food frozen all the time. I've just found it to be a lot easier to keep it frozen and try to thaw stuff out and throw all the ice in here too while we're at it. So there's a whole bunch. This is almost all watermelon. So what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of bury this a little bit. Any worms near it, well, they'll immediately head away from it. I'm going to add a little bit more paper in here. Just kind of sprinkle it on top. I'm not going to add a whole lot. And what I'm also going to do with that, though, is I'm also going to spray it with some water. So I have one of these bottles here for those that haven't watched my videos before. This is just a bottle, and it has regular water in it right from the tap. Just kind of wet it down just a little bit. And that's just kind of hold everything down. It's going to add a little bit more moisture to the bin because it does look like it's starting to dry out a little bit, which I'm not surprised. Starting to heat up a little bit here, a little warmer and a little bit less humidity in the air. So there we go. So now everything's a little bit wet. It's been mixed up a little bit, which you don't need to do, and we've added more food. So now we're going to, again, let this sit for a while because it takes a while for the worms to break stuff down. It's not like this gets broken down within a week necessarily, especially with how much I added in. So we're going to let it sit. I'll probably let it sit for a little over a week like I did this time, but we'll come back in, we'll take another look, and we'll see how it's going. So thank you, and if you can, remember, please subscribe and give my video a thumbs up, and we'll take it from here, and we'll keep going until we can harvest from the bottom. And for those of you that didn't know, I think I posted a video before, but I have another system we're going to be testing out here, and that is the vermi-bag system too, which is one of the competitors to the urban worm bag. And we're going to kind of compare them and contrast them. I think they're both different enough to really, you know, unique enough to make it where there's really a market for both of them. They both have a different niche, which I think they're kind of in. So we'll take a look at that also. We'll kind of do a compare, sorry, and see which one we like better. So thank you again, and please again subscribe and like my videos. Thank you.